Hello everyone and welcome to this video presentation. In this activity, we will be upgrading a server 2012 R2 to a server 2019. So SRV-A is our first server that we installed, and this is running server 2012 R2. So let's start this server first. So you see this message here on top, press any key to boot from CD or DVD. This is because I did not remove the optical media from the optical drive. So the server 2012 DVD is still in the optical drive. So first let me log in. So I will go to keyboard, insert Control Alt Delete. I will type my password. So if I open my file explorer here, you should see that I have my C drive and I have my D drive, which is my optical drive, my DVD-ROM. I did not eject my Windows Server from here. So I could eject it in a couple of ways. I can right click on this one here and click on eject and it will be ejected. Or in VirtualBox here, I can go to devices, optical drives, and you see here there is this checkbox besides this one because it is installed. So I can click once, it will be unchecked, so it will be ejected as well. Or the third option, I can go and here I click on remove disk from virtual drive and it will be ejected. So I have three ways of ejecting this DVD-ROM from here. So I will use any one of them. So I'll click here. So now if I go back here, this CD drive is empty. And if I go here, you see that it's not checked anymore. So this is the first thing. Let's say I want to upgrade to server 2019. First, we need to verify that we have the available resources or the hardware to run server 2019. This server is having right now 1 gig of RAM, which is not much for server 2019. So I will be adding more RAM to this server before I install the server 2019. So it will be easy to install and faster to install. So to add memory, like in physical computers, I cannot add memory while the computer is running. So I need to turn off the computer before I can install more memory. Right now, if I go here, right click, go to system, I will see that I have 1 gigabyte of RAM. So I need to add another gigabyte, so I will make it 2 gigabyte for my installation. And this is Windows Server 2012 R2. So I will close that. I need to shut down my computer. So I click on the start, click on the power button here, and click on shutdown. And click on continue. This is usually for servers. Whenever you shut down the server, it asks you for a different option. So it puts it in the log for audit purposes in case somebody want to audit one day to find out why the server was shut down at a specific date and time and why it was restarted and so on. So you can select an option here like hardware installation planned. So now it will be logged in the event log that the server was shut down now for hardware maintenance. So I will take my server here, I will go on settings, and under system, I will change this one to 2 gigabytes. So instead, I can write it here, or I can move the slider to 2048, which is 2 gigabytes. Okay, and click OK. And now I will start my server again. So now let me log in. So I go to input, keyboard, insert Control Alt Delete, I enter my password. So if I open my file explorer, I should see that I don't have any DVD on the DVD drive here. So I need to insert my Windows Server 2019 here to run the upgrade. So I will click on Devices, Optical Drives, choose a disk file, and I will browse my host computer for the Server 2019 evaluation copy of my image file. So I'll select it and we'll click on Open. So now it appears here. So now if I want to run the upgrade, I need to double click on that to start the setup. So in real life, we would like to take the download updates driver and optional features recommended. But in lab environment, I don't need to really to get the latest driver from Microsoft. I will not do it now, so I'll click on not right now. Okay. Here I don't need to check this. This is just to send statistics to Microsoft, so we don't need to do that. We are in a lab environment, so I'll just click on next. And now I have 4 different versions. If you remember, in Server 2019, 2012 R2, we had the standard core, standard with GUI, data center core, and data center with GUI. We have the same thing in Server 2019, but they changed the names. So the server core is the default one. Again, it's the first one in the list, but it does not say it's server core. It just says Windows Server 2019 standard evaluation. The second one, instead of saying GUI or graphical user interface, they changed the name now. They call it desktop experience. And again, for the data center core, it doesn't have the wording core. And for the GUI, they just call it desktop experience. So we are upgrading our server 2012 GUI, so we need to upgrade it to the same release as before. So we are going to take the desktop experience. We're going to click on next. We have to accept the license terms. And we have the option to, usually we'll have the option to keep personal files and apps or nothing. Okay, so it depends from which version you are upgrading to which version. We are running on evaluation versions both on 2012 and 2019, so it does not really let us upgrade the server. So we will be able to upgrade, but we cannot keep any data or any applications that were already installed. So we will choose the option nothing, which we don't have the choice. We cannot click on the other one, it's disabled. So we cannot keep anything from the previous installation. We will click on next. So now this is what we are gonna do. Install Windows Server 2019 Standard Evaluation Desktop Experience. We're gonna keep nothing from the previously installed application and so on. So I click on install. So the installation will start. This would take some time, so I'll be pausing the video and we'll resume when it finishes this section. Okay, so now we are on that screen here. So we need to select the country here. So click on the drop down and we go select Canada. For the language, we keep it English Canada. The keyboard, we keep it US and we click on next. So now we need to enter the administrator password. And we click on finish. So now we press Control Alt Delete, which is either Control Delete from the keyboard, or here we do it from here. So I'll do it from my keyboard here, Control Delete, and I'll write the administrator passwords. You will notice that there are really similar interfaces between 2012 R2 and 2019. It's still using the server manager, and the interface has not changed a lot. I mean, Windows Server 2012 is the same interface as Windows 8.1, and Server 2019 is the interface of Windows 10. So it should open automatically the server manager. One major difference between the two operating systems is that, especially for us in the lab environment, uh, Server 2012 R2 does not need as much uh, memory and processor like Server 2019. So you notice the difference. 2012 was installing very fast and starting very fast. 2019 is much slower because it needs more resources. But as you see, it's the same interface for the server, the same server manager and everything. So again, in the lab, we need to take a screenshot of the properties tile in server manager. So we'll open the snipping tool, click on new, and select this tile here, and then it's copied, so then we can paste it into the document in the lab. That concludes this upgrade installation from Server 2012 to 2019.